In this video, I am going to present our CVPR 2022 paper, Lifelong Graph Learning. This work is authored by Chen Wang, Yuheng Qiu, Dason Gao, Sebastian Schur from the Robotics Institute of Carnegie Mellon University. Graph neural networks have been widely used in many applications, while it has received limited attention to learn a streaming graph. However, learning a streaming graph is often required in real applications. In the problem of image feature matching, if we take each feature as a node, then the feature points in the first image are connected to the features in the second image, and the points in the second image are then connected to the features in the third image. This forms a growing graph. In practice, the size of this graph can even be infinite. Thus, it's very challenging to learn a growing graph. In this work, we focus on the problem of lifelong graph learning, which aims to learn a streaming or growing graph. Intuitively, one of the main challenges of lifelong graph learning is the increasing number of nodes in the graph. This is because, in each time step, we are only able to obtain a small set of nodes, while all the nodes presented to the model in previous time steps are unavailable due to many reasons, such as limited memory. For example, in this graph, only nodes 3, 4, 5, and 7 are available in the first time step, while all of them are unavailable in the next time step, but nodes 2 and 8 are added to the graph and available for training. This is very similar to regular lifelong learning or continual learning. Simply fine-tuning the model on newly added nodes will result in the catastrophic forgetting problem. However, one challenge in lifelong graph learning is that we also need to learn knowledge from the graph structure or node connections from the newly added nodes. This is extremely challenging for the existing graph models. In this work, we propose a new graph topology, feature graph, to solve the problem of increasing the number of nodes in a growing graph. We have a very important observation, that is, although the number of nodes increases dynamically, the number of node features is often stable in a graph. Therefore, in a feature graph, we take each feature as a node and turn each node into a graph. This converts the problem of node classification into graph classification. For a node with F features and C channels, we take each feature as a node. Thus, in a feature graph, we have F nodes, each of which has C dimension. In a regular graph G, in this example, we have 4 features 1, 0, 0, 1 in node A in its feature graph shown on the right. We have 4 feature nodes, A1, A2, A3, and A4. In this way, although the number of nodes in a regular graph can increase, the number of nodes in its feature graph is relatively stable. This solves the problem of increasing the number of nodes in a regular graph. To establish the relationship of those feature nodes, we also need to construct the feature adjacency matrices. In the regular graph, all the nodes can have different neighbors. Thus, their node features are also connected, hence their feature connection information is encoded into their neighbors. To extract this information, we calculate their cross-correlation matrices between a node and all its neighbors to construct the feature adjacency matrix. This results in a single and independent F by F matrix for each node, which can describe a feature graph. Therefore, by having a feature graph, we convert nodes into graphs, turn features into nodes, and construct edges from their neighbors. Thus, the regular graph becomes multiple samples in the problem of lifelong graph learning. In regular lifelong learning, we can obtain samples and their labels in each time step. In lifelong learning with a regular graph, we can obtain nodes and their neighbors in each time step. In lifelong learning with feature graphs, we can obtain feature graphs and their labels in each time step. This is the same with regular lifelong learning, which means that all the existing techniques developed from convolutional neural networks become available for graph neural networks, which can solve the problem of lifelong graph learning. Because a feature graph is a new topology, we can also design feature graph networks using nearly all the existing graph models, such as the graph convolutional network or graph attention network. In this work, we have designed feature broadcast layer, feature transform layer, and feature attention layer, and applied them to citation networks and 2 distinct applications, including feature matching using edge prediction and distributed action recognition with wearable devices using subgraph classification. To the best of our knowledge, we are the first to show that image feature matching can be learned in the lifelong learning settings. As shown in the left figure, it is quite robust to severe motion and illumination change. In the application of action recognition, we also achieve higher accuracy and require less learnable parameters compared to the state-of-the-art graph models. Welcome to check our paper and source code to know more about this work. Thanks for your attention.